In a quiet village surrounded by dense ancient woods, a terrifying legend came alive under a crimson moon. They called it the curse moon, an omen that bled red across the sky once every century, promising horror to those who dared stay awake beneath its light. On this fateful night, Elise, a skeptical painter, ignored the village elder's warnings. She was determined to capture the moon's glow on canvas. As the clock struck midnight, the full moon burned red, illuminating her studio and the dark forest beyond her window. She sat at her easel, brushing bold streaks of crimson onto the canvas, when a distant howl shattered the silence. Her brush froze. It wasn't a wolf's call. The sound was guttural, distorted, like metal scraping bone. Curious but uneasy, Elise opened the window. The forest seemed alive. Shadows swayed unnaturally, and the trees trembled, though there was no wind. A rustling came from the edge of the woods. She squinted and her breath caught. A figure emerged, tall, with elongated limbs and hollow glowing eyes. Its skin was stretched tight over a skeletal frame, and its mouth was an endless, crooked grin. Elise staggered back as the creature's gaze locked onto hers. The grin widened, and it began to move, not walking, but gliding closer with unnatural speed. Panicking, Elise slammed the window shut and bolted the door. But the moon's crimson light flooded her studio as though it sought her out. The air turned icy, and whispers filled the room, repeating her name. Her painting began to change. The serene red moon she had painted now dripped with blood, and the creature stood at the edge of the forest in her artwork, grinning. Then came the knock, soft at first, then louder. "Elise!" the voice hissed from behind the door. "I see you." The whispers turned into a deafening chorus. The door exploded inward, and the creature lunged toward her. She screamed, but it was swallowed by the cursed night. When the villagers found her studio the next morning, Elise was gone. All that remained was her painting, now finished, a horrifying depiction of her screaming face trapped under the blood-red moon.